Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on how developers actually control the AI you interact with every day. If you've ever wondered how they take a raw, super powerful AI and turn it into a useful, reliable application, well, you are in exactly the right place. We're breaking down the specific techniques they use to steer these models. Right? It really is the central question. Because AI can feel like total magic, but it's not. It's also not like traditional coding. At its heart, building with AI is a fascinating communication challenge. It's all about how a human can clearly communicate their intent to this vast, complex machine intelligence. And honestly, this is the perfect way to think about it. Imagine you've got this intern who's read literally everything ever published. They're brilliant. But, and this is a huge but, they're locked in a room with no internet, and, to top it off, they have a terrible memory. The developer's job isn't to build the intern's brain. Their job is to be an amazing manager for this brilliant but very quirky assistant. Now that brilliant intern, in our world, is the large language model, or LLM. This is the engine we're all learning how to steer. It's been trained on just a staggering amount of text, so it really understands patterns, context, and the nuances of human language. But just understanding things isn't the same as doing a task reliably. To get it to perform, it all comes down to how we talk to it. So that communication, it happens through something called a prompt. This is the main way a developer gives instructions. And honestly, mastering the art of the prompt is the single most important skill in this whole new world. A prompt is just the text you send to the model. Simple enough. But if you're building a real app, you can't just get a decent answer some of the time. You need a consistent, perfectly structured answer every time. And the discipline for getting that kind of reliability is what we call prompt engineering. Okay, so let's get into it. There are two basic ways to approach this. On the left, we have zero-shot prompting, which is basically just asking a question straight up. On the right, we have few-shot prompting, which is more like showing the AI a few examples first. So with zero-shot, you're just firing off the question and hoping the AI knows what to do. And look, it often works, but the answers can be a bit inconsistent. For real control and for apps that need to be precise, developers use a much more powerful technique called few-shot prompting. And boom, here's the difference, clear as day. With few-shot, the developer shows the model what a good answer looks like. They provide an example for positive and one for neutral. They're basically saying, hey, see this pattern? I want you to follow it exactly. And the result? A perfectly reliable and structured output. This is how you build dependable AI. Okay, so prompting is a huge deal. But even the best prompt in the world can't fix a massive blind spot that all LLMs have. It goes right back to our intern analogy. Remember how our brilliant intern has no internet? Well, an LLM's knowledge is completely frozen in time. It ends the day its training was finished. So it has no idea what happened 5 minutes ago, let alone what the weather is in London right now. It's totally stuck. So, how do developers solve this huge problem? They give the intern a phone. This is a technique called tool calling. A developer can literally give the LLM a list of approved tools it can use, things like a web search API, a calculator, or a way to look up information in a company's private database. Now, the way this works is really cool. The LLM doesn't actually search the web itself. When a user asks about the weather, the LLM realizes, hey, I can't answer this from memory. I need to use a tool. So it sends a request back to the developer's application saying, please use the web search tool for me. The application runs a search, gets the results, and then feeds that new info back to the LLM, which then crafts the final answer for the user. It's a neat little loop. So we have prompts for giving clear instructions, and we have tools for getting live real-world data. With just those two things, you can build a really intelligent chatbot. But there's one more piece to the puzzle we have to talk about. Yeah, we said our intern has a really bad memory, right? LLMs are what's called stateless, which means every single prompt is a brand new interaction. By default, it has no clue what you asked it 2 seconds ago. So how does a chatbot seem to remember everything? The answer is a really clever and surprisingly simple trick. The AI isn't remembering a thing. The application behind the scenes is reminding it every single time. When you send your 5th message in a chat, the developer's code actually grabs the first 4 messages and sends them all back along with your new one. To the LLM, it just looks like one big, continuous prompt, giving it all the context it needs. It's an illusion of memory. And to tie this all together, developers often use one more thing, a system prompt.
This is like a hidden master instruction given at the very beginning of a chat that sets the AI's personality and the rules of the game. It's how you tell the AI you are a helpful assistant, or you are a sarcastic pirate, or even something technical, like only answer using JSON.
All right, let's put all these pieces together. We've got prompts, we've got tools, and we've got a way to manage memory. When you combine all these techniques, you start to see what the job of a modern AI developer really is, and it's something new. They aren't building a new consciousness from scratch. They are an AI orchestrator. Think of them like the conductor of an orchestra. The powerful instruments, the LLMs, already exist. The orchestrator's job is to guide them, to bring them together, and to make them play a beautiful piece of music. Their skill is really about being that great manager. They give crystal clear instructions using prompts. They provide fantastic examples so the AI knows what to do. They grant access to just the right tools for the job. And they carefully manage the entire conversation's context to give the AI the memory it needs to be effective. And this really makes you think, doesn't it? It reframes our whole relationship with this tech. It suggests that building useful things with AI is becoming less about complex coding and more about the art of communication, instruction, and orchestration. It's not about knowing how the neurons fire inside the model, but about being an excellent teacher and guide for an intelligence that's incredibly powerful, but still needs our direction to truly shine.